Namaste everybody. Welcome to Aphinya Yoga and I am Aphinya. Today's video is back to basics. I know it has been a while and it has one more pose that aligns with Anjaneyasana, low lunge or high lunge that I would love to introduce it to you today. The pose is Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. I'm going to demo the pose first and then I will come back and talk to you and kind of break poses into pieces so you can pay attention of how you can do this pose properly. Okay. Something like that. If you can catch at all, my body is actually kept moving and I kept adjusting myself. I will talk about that piece very soon, why that is important. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you from the ground up, and that it should be how you build the pose. Okay. Warrior 1 is 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. And I love to have my feet hip distance apart. That's how I teach my Warrior 1 in my class because I want the leg bone is underneath my hip bone, so I don't like to line up the heel of the feet together. That is my approach to the pose. So let's say I'm going to put the leg, this pants up a little bit so you can see also what's going on with my ankles and my knee. Let's say I have my right foot forward, like I will point my right foot straight forward, and my left leg will go backward, and I will bring it fast. I needed to make sure that when I go lunge into the front knee, my front knee doesn't go beyond the ankle. And the heel of my back leg is actually diagonal to the left a bit. And the same thing when I shift is to have the left foot forward and my right foot back. I will have my right heel diagonal to the right from the front heel. So I'm not lying the heel together. Because I feel like it will not allow you to go into a square hip easier, and you might torque the joint much easier when your heels aren't in line. Okay, so that is 1. Then the back foot, then you're going to have the heel behind the toes, and the toes is kind of point inward. Go, let's say like from here, if I have a clock around me, it's going to go to 10 o'clock. It should not go to 9 o'clock in my opinion. It should go like 10 o'clock, or you might be able to go to 11 o'clock. That will depend on the strength and the weakness in your body. Got that? After that, the action from me that is necessary to make Warrior 1 very effective for you to stretch what? The hip flexor is to make sure that your hip squares to the front edge of your mat. And you can see right now my hip bone is kind of diagonal. My belly is go more to the 1 o'clock, it's not at 2 o'clock. So I have to do something in order to move my hip square toward the front of the mat. And I love to tell my student to drag the front foot back, back foot forward, and rotate the back leg inward at the same time, isometrically. That will make the rotation have power, not just because you just move the hip itself. And normally if you're tight, you cannot just rotate the hip from the hips. You should rotate your hip from your feet. And it's gonna look like this. I'm going to drag my feet and rotate my back leg. I hope you can see that. Right. And I use my exhale to do that. How do I find my square? You just like touch the joint on either side of your hip bone. They should parallel on the front edge of the mat. And the same thing, you switch leg. The way we sit up the leg, naturally the hip will go diagonal away from the front knees. And most of the time, people will do warrior one with the hip opening like this, and the arms just go up. I feel like the benefit of the stretch is not as good as when you really get the hip to square, so you can really get into your hip flexor muscles, your psoas muscle, your I forgot the name at the moment. So these muscles are strong muscles, and we use them all the time while you're sitting. It's really important to stretch them. If you just tilt it sideways like this, you can see my hip flexors actually aim to the corner, and when you bend, try to stretch it, and you just miss it. It doesn't give you that stretch feeling. Okay? So that's a second action. I'm going to give you this angle so you can see my hip rotation by dragging my feet. Front foot back, back foot forward, and rotate the back leg inward at the same time. And I use my exhale to do that. Do you see that? Now when I have my hip squared, what next from that is I want to make sure that I straighten my back leg. So I have to push that foot into the floor. And think about kicking the thigh up to the sky, and I move my hip back, which take me away from the front leg, which is okay. But then when I want to go into a stretch, I have to go down toward the floor, and the action will help me to do that is to lunge or bend the front knee forward, and I use my exhale again while I keep my back leg straight. And I rotate the hip, as you can see, and make sure that my hip square. I'm going to inhale. And I start to adjust my back leg because I feel like I can go deeper, and exhale. You can, in my opinion, that you do warrior one, just to me the bottom half, you just like cut yourself from the belly button and do just the bottom half only. For some of you that are tight, to come out from that, I think the safe way to do that is you just lift the weight off from the back leg and be on the ball of the foot, and you bend the knee, and then you step forward. Yeah? One more time. So those is like 3 actions. My right foot forward, my left foot backward, diagonal, the foot to the left. Heels is down to a point at 10 o'clock. I drag the front heel and back foot toward one another while rotating my back leg at the same time. I use my exhale to do that. And inhale and breathing. And I start to push my back, the energy into the back leg, and straighten the back leg. And I move my hip back. And while exhale, next time I bend the front knee and I keep my back leg straight. Inhale, just breathing, and feel the body like expand. When I exhale, and you can see it, adjust my front foot again because I know I can go deeper, and my front knee might go beyond the ankle, and I don't want that to happen. Now, from this angle, you can see I have to make sure as well that my knee doesn't turn in and it doesn't rotate out. 4 corners of my feet should be on the floor, especially the big toe side edge of the front foot. And if you see the action of my toe, I actually spread them as well. Then come out from that, lift the back heel, bend the knee, down onto the left knee. And bring the other legs back, and you might move your hips side to side. Okay? Hopefully, the bottom half of the action, you get it, or not, you can review the video again. That's the good thing about video, right? Now, for us that want the stretch to be more intense, what we need to do after that is to work the top half of it, while the bottom half is already doing action. So, what do I mean by that? We go back to the action of the legs, keep square. The exhale, bend that front knee. You can do the leg only first. Bend and try to go deep. Then when you feel like, okay, you're happy with the depth of the leg, then you can work the upper body by follow the inhale to do belly in, tailbone down. When the exhale comes, you let the breath go, and you might, when you draw your belly in normally, you will take the weight off from the front leg, and you can use the exhale that follow to lunge deep while your core is engaged. The inhale after that, from that core, like you're going to lengthen all the way out to the crown of your hips. Make each spine lengthen. Your shoulder rise softly. You can see here. My front body is lifting and opening. Now I have to be mindful though. I want the opening to be more in this part of the body. It's in the heart space or the heart chakra. But the ribs, I want to keep it in, not open that. Okay? So, one more time, core is in. I go exhale lunge first. Then an inhale length all the way each vertebra. The neck is also included. Core engage, like ribs is in. Exhale, I open in my sternum forward by draw the shoulder blades back. And I keep my ribs together. I use the exhale to come out from the pose. I'm going to go down. Now, I'm not doing anything with the hand yet, okay? The hands, from so many years of practicing it, I think you probably, many of you know the classical or traditional style of warrior. One is to have your arms alongside the ears. But for many years of doing this and pay attention of the different part of the body, I feel like hands alongside the ear many times, it doesn't serve a lot of people that have a really tight chest well. There are better way to do your hands, and I will show you. But I want to do everything that we just did again quicker with breath. Okay? So here we go. Oh, I should have the hip opening so you can see it. So right foot forward, left foot back, diagonal to the left a bit, about hip distance apart. Okay. Toe point about at 10 o'clock. You can keep on moving to 11 o'clock as well. I drag the front heel, back foot toward the center of the mat and rotate my back leg. And then lunge. Inhale. Now I'm going to do the action with the inhale and exhale, not just exhale only and inhale only, okay? So you can actually play around with that. So exhale, I lunge forward and I keep my back leg back. I also move my thighs back. Then inhale, tailbone rooting down, core engaged. Exhale, I lunge. Keep the core engaged. Inhale, lift the spine nice and long all the way out to the crown. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Chest lift. Ribs is in. Inhale, tailbone down, lift the spine up, maybe curve backward. Keep the thighs straight back. Exhale, lunge. Draw your core in. Right here when your chest is opening, next inhale, traditionally you can lift your arms all the way up to the sky. And I want you to see my hand here. It actually can go, I hope, kind of behind my ear a bit. What will help you to establish that hand lifting by that hand can go like so far back enough is you need to establish this action is to get the shoulders drawn toward one another. Okay, first. And many of us that do a lot of upper body strength, do a lot of pull up, push up, these shoulder blades actually get more stronger on the opposite side. And if you do traditional warrior one without pay attention to establish this action right here, that opening heart. While you lift this in, you will feel like, and I have talked with so many of my students that give me feedback, that to lift the arms up, it just feels painful. I want you to keep that in mind. So, what should you do then if that is the case? Let's say, now I'm going to talk just like this part up to the hands and give you options of the hands, okay? So I don't like keep repeating, or I might repeat it one last time when I put everything together. So let's say we go, like get the bottom half, build the top half. You get the chest opening and you are really tight right here. It's actually better to have your hand broader. In order to get the shoulders onto your back, we just work that actions right there. Lift the chest up, don't open, lift this in. So you establish that first. And when you have that, then you can just add the arm while you're keeping the shoulders onto your back. Like while having the integrity of keeping the shoulders onto the back. And no matter where your arm is ended, you just let it end it. Also, try to correct other part of the body. I'm going to come out from that. The other way that you can do is to have your hand actually on the size of your waist. You square the hip, you kick the back leg, you move your thighs back to bend toward the front knee. You root your tailbone down, force in, and you kind of like you pull something into you to curl your chest open, and you receive. Imagine like you receive the blessing from the above. The greater good of yours. Opening chest. And you just go into the pose. All the while, you square the hip to get the hip flexor to stretch. Back leg straight. Pay attention to that. Front knee is bent. Tailbone now is called core is in. And curl your chest up and back. Or you can do your hand right here like goddess. Or you pull it back. So then your chest can move forward. Yeah. Now, you can also hug your thumbs, bend at the elbow at first, and you draw your shoulder blades back and together, right there. When this is go back, then your chest is going to go forward. But you need to be mindful when your chest go forward, the tendency for your ribs to fan open is greater. So you have to draw your ribs in, and you just start to shoot that hand as straight as you can while your shoulder blades onto the back. So you pay attention right in this muscle first. Try to draw it in while you try to start the arms. And whenever you stop, you're stopping the action of the hand. So you don't want the shoulder blade to like fan wing out completely. It might wing out a bit, but you don't want it to wing out completely. So then when you achieve this opening, you can make your hands tighter by have them in pray, and you have them chest lift, or you can interlace the hand and you feel so much easier into the pose, and you can go deeper into the pose without feeling painful in your shoulders. Okay. one is to kind of pay attention more into like stretching and lifting. And the second one is I'm going to build into a back bend preparation, because Warrior One, when you stretch your hip flexor greatly, it's helped you to get into a deeper back bend poses, and you can build a back bend out of this pose as well. Okay, right here, left foot forward, right foot heel down and into point at 2 o'clock, and I drag the front foot back foot forward and square the hip. Exhale, push the thighs back on the back leg and lunge toward the front knee. Inhale, core in, tailbone down. Correct the thighs, exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. Right in here, but you're going to be here for I don't know how long. You should not be able to, I don't want to say you should not be able to. You're just going to use that breath to go deeper, correct the pose. When you lunge deep and you blend long, that is just a maximum capacity that you can get out from your hip flexor. When you have enough of it at home, you exhale, come out from the pose. Keep the back heel, I'm going to go forward. Okay, now, second times around, it's going to be tighter, more look like the back bend poses. Okay? The more you're opening your chest, the more you rotate your thigh, and you just get that curve coming, your lower back becomes stronger. The depth of the pose will change on its own. So I want you to be patient with yourself, be really mindful with yourself and your body from your ground up, and keep adjusting your body again and again and again while you're breathing and while you go deeper into the pose. Okay, one last time, everybody. Right foot forward, left foot diagonal to the left to poise at 10 o'clock. I square my hip from my feet, I drag and I rotate my back leg. And I exhale, push my thighs back, make the back leg straight, and I lunge forward. And inhale, I draw my core in, tailbone down, thighs back, and I lunge. And a curve. Spine starts to lengthen, go all the way to the neck, exhale, lunge. The chest nice and open, I can interlace my hand, really squeeze my arms on one another. So my arm is, I don't need to worry about that anymore, I just have to be careful with my lunge, my curve, my lunge. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Use the inhale to come out of the pose. Hands down. All right. Hope you learned some tips from this video. See you in the next video, everybody. If you like the tip, please click like. And if you want more tips and want to learn details for poses and many ideas that I may have in the future, please subscribe with Aphinya Yoga. I will be grateful. And if you don't mind to share this video with your friends and families, I will be deeply, deeply honor your kindness for that. Namaste, everybody.